Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention and welcome back to another thrilling episode of the cat lower limb muscles, Lepore A and P. Once again, special thanks to Shannon Muscott for providing many of the dissection images. She rocks. Nice to meet you. That's cute. Okay. I don't know how to get rid of that thing there. Anyway. Alright, so folks, here we have the Gluteus Maximus, infamous Gluteus Maximus here. It's under the probe, right there. It doesn't look very Maximus, but that's where it is. Okay. Gluteus medius is just under the tip. Whoop, maybe a little bit further up. That's gluteus medius, more towards the midline. This is just an uncomfortable arrow. Here once again we have the gluteus maximus, gluteus medius, the tensor fasciae latae, which is not something you can order at Starbucks, guys. Tensor fasciae latae. Here we have the iliotibial band, and as it sounds like, it runs from the ilium to the tibia. It's a band of muscle. We have the vastus lateralis, which is one of the what groups of muscles? What groups of knee extensors? The extensor muscles here. If you said it's one of the three muscles that are vastus, that make up the quadriceps or quads, you're correct. Biceps femoris. Here we have a two-headed biceps muscle that runs in the femur area, the femoral area. The biceps femoris is part of what group of muscles? These muscles produce flexion at the knee, so flexor muscles, extensor muscles, flexors, extensors. The flexors here, including the biceps femoris, are known as hamstrings. The rectus femoris, here, this guy right here. Here we have the rectus femoris showing its position more medially to the vastus lateralis. The vastus lateralis is another one of the what muscles? It's one of the vastus muscles, with the vastus lateralis, vastus intermedius, and vastus medialis making up the quadriceps, or quads, along with the rectus femoris. These muscles, the four muscles, make up the quads that extend the knee. They extend the knee. So they will be dorsal, even though in cats and humans these muscles face towards what looks like ventral, towards the belly. Please let me know if you have questions about that. I'd be happy to answer. Okay, sorry it got a little cut off here, but this is Sartorius, which I love that name. Sartorius. Sartorius. This muscle in cats, much like in humans, is vaguely S-shaped. It's more S-shaped in humans. The Sartorius originates anterior to the superior iliac spine and inserts at the medial surface of the tibia, so the midline surface of the tibia. And the Sartorius flexes the knee, and it also flexes and rotates the hip laterally towards the side. The Gracilis. I always like the term Gracilis. The Gracilis is a very thin, graceful muscle. It also flexes the leg, and it adducts the hip. Now, what do I mean when I say adduct? If you said adduct means you're going towards the midline, then that's correct. So the Gracilis pulls the leg inward towards the midline, kind of tightening your knees together. That's adduction. Lifting your arms over your head so that your hands touch. That's adduction. Okay, this unfortunate view here. Here's another view of the Gracilis. And the Gracilis, once again, you can start to see some of the veins here in the cat. And here's the Sartorius, another view. Once again, the Gracilis, Sartorius in the cat, and the Tibialis anterior, this really long muscle that runs down the tibia. Oh my gosh, this is a crazy cat. Alright, once again, another view. We have the Biceps femoris. We have the cauda femoralis, which I'm not really going to make you be too concerned about, but it splits out really nicely between the Biceps femoris and the Gluteus Maximus, which in cats is really not very maximus. It's not very big. Here's the Gluteus medius, which in cats is much bigger than in humans. The Tensor fasciae latae, again, not something you order at Starbucks. And the Vastus lateralis. Once again, the Vastus lateralis is part of what groups of muscles? You said the quads, those knee extensors. You're correct. Here's the Biceps femoris, the Semitendinosis. What muscle group are these two in? It's not the quadriceps. If you look on page 362 of your book, you'll get a hint. If you said the hamstrings, then you're correct. Hamstrings flex the knee, whereas quadriceps extend the knee. So these are the muscles that pull the knee, bend the knee inward. Have you ever pulled your hamstring or hamstrings? I hope not. It's painful. Here's that tensor fasciae latae. Again, not what you order, not a latte that you order at Starbucks or your coffee shop of choice. The tensor fasciae latae is very much on the outside, the what we would call more superficial area. The Gluteus Maximus shares an insertion with the tensor fasciae latae, and together the Gluteus Maximus and tensor fasciae latae create an extension of the lateral surface of the thigh. So this muscle is very unique. The tensor fasciae latae provides a brace on the side of the body, a lateral brace for the knee. And if you've ever balanced on one foot and you feel a stretch in the front of your leg, in fact you can try it now if you want. I'll wait. Try balancing on one foot. You still here? Didn't fall over? Did you actually balance on one foot? You can see my eyebrow raising, can't you? Alright, if you tried it, then the tensor fasciae latae is that tension in the front portion of your leg. The extensor portion, the dorsal portion, even though it looks like it's towards your belly. If you were to slap your hand on one knee, that's the dorsal portion of your leg, even though it's not towards the back. The tensor fasciae latae is what's keeping you up on one foot. It's doing a lot of that work. It's bracing your leg. Okay, semitendinosis here. Semitendinosis. Which group is that in? Along with the semimembranosus and biceps femoris, it's one of the hamstrings. Here's the biceps femoris. Finally, we have the gastrocnemius, which is a really big muscle in humans. It's the muscle that is essentially most of our calf. The gastrocnemius, or you can pronounce it gastrocnemius if you prefer, connects our lower leg to our ankle through the Achilles tendon. Meanwhile, the soleus is a very thin muscle. The soleus extends the ankle, and the gastrocnemius helps to extend the ankle and flex the knee. So here we have the gastrocnemius helping to extend the ankle and flex the knee. So flex the knee inward at this angle, but also help to extend the ankle outward this way. Whereas the soleus is going to simply extend the ankle along with the gastrocnemius. So extending that ankle that way. And last but not least, we have the tibialis anterior, and it's a little hard to see. The tibialis anterior, it's actually going through this muscle here, anteriorly. Okay, that's a pretty big muscle, tibialis anterior, and it's located pretty much in the same place in cats and humans. Most of these will be. But as you can see, cats and humans have developed slight differences with their behavioral and mode of life differences throughout their course of evolution. And it's really, really fascinating to see how cats and humans both, as mammals, have so much similarity in their muscular systems. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation, and I'll see you in class. Thanks very much, guys. Bye-bye.